Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. We are back for Season 8, Round 3 I believe it is, we are back for Baku. I've kind of butchered that one up. We are here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, a fan favourite among most and a driver favourite as well among some. Joining me today though is one of the commentating favourites. It is of course Adam Richardson. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing very good, thank you very much, Scott. Definitely a favourite track of mine is Baku. I've always loved this place. Should create some very entertaining racing. My only concern is it could top last week's figure of 5 safety cars.
Be very surprised. Coming into today, it's a bit of team news for you. Unfortunately, Leon Best has stepped down.
Apologies for the technical difficulties, folks. Leon has stepped down in his place. There is TTV Vaxi coming in as the full-time driver. He did race a few times last season, and it should be interesting to see how he does in that seat.
Is my mic working now?
Yes, it is.
Alright, nice. Yeah. As you see some of the drivers coming out now, is this one of your favourite tracks? I'm not sure if you would have said in your intro, but is this one of your favourite tracks?
Absolutely.
Adam, or...
If not my favourite to drive, I love this race. I love this place. It's chaotic. It's incredibly difficult, but if you get it hooked up, it is beautiful. And in terms of league racing, it is the only track in which I've ever won in an F1 car.
Wow. It holds a special place in my heart as well. It's the place where I won my first ever league race, albeit on penalties, but an amazing battle that led to the win. And it was sort of just, I don't know, one of those places, but that was in an F2 car. This is F1, where I've had a lot less success over the years. So let's see what happens. We've got 16 drivers today at the moment, unless anyone decides to join midway through qualifying, but I'm pretty sure this is 16 we'll have. And among those 16, we've got some very quick drivers, as usual. We've got Rapid, as usual as well. We've got Afonso. Lightning Luke, I believe, is making a first appearance this season. I don't remember Luke being in this season.
Not this season, no.
Of course, we've got the Haas duo as well. They're always good for a shake-up. We've got Disco Mark as well, who is a paradox. He has amazing race pace and he can fight his way through the field, but sometimes his racecraft, when racing other drivers, can leave a lot to be desired. But other than that, though, they're pretty good, though. We've got Alan Lindbergh as well, who, of course, won last season in Brazil, but can usually be there for a good shake-up. And, of course, Lewis as well, the main challenger this season, really, to Rapid. He's been there consistently up towards the top of the field, and he's been in every race this season as well, which helps that as well.
Speaking of Rapid, we're riding on board with him now, just starting his lap. Moving turn one nicely, using that exit curb. Turn to another hard braking zone, just a little bit off the curb there, a little bit uncharacteristic of Rapid. Going down the second DRS straight of the lap, coming into another very hard braking zone, a lot of overtaking opportunities in the early part of his lap, and yet another hard braking zone. Not much of an overtaking opportunity there as we enter this awkward section of corners. Crucial to get that inside curb, possibly avoid that inside curb on the next corner. However, now we're coming up to the infamous castle section. You have to get this section absolutely perfect to avoid the crash on either the inside or the outside, as demonstrated perfectly by Rapid there. Tried not to get impeded as well by other cars. The McLaren just get out of the way there. I don't think that cost Rapid too much time. Nice flat out stretch down the hill. A little bit harder than it looks, especially with those walls coming at you very quick, into another hard braking zone, which isn't too much of an opportunity, onto the final braking zone of the track, as we come into the final straight. Well, straight, I say, there is two corners in the middle of the straight, as we're coming up to the final straight of the lap now. DRS is opening in just a couple of seconds now, as we blast to the line at over 210 miles an hour, and it's a 139.986 for rapid.
Almost look robotic for the first section. You can see, you can tell him. Oh my god, he's on top. Lewis is on top.
Wow.
Out of absolutely nowhere. We were just saying about how good Rapid's lap was, but Lewis has just come in and just said, that's my pole position, and he's decided to take the provisional pole very early on. And will anyone else get towards that as well? It's a massive gap between P2 and P3, but of course there are a lot more drivers coming across the line, including Afonso in the Aston Martin, who's about to come across the line. Can he get? He probably get into that top 3, I imagine. Yep, within a second. Still a big gap though.
Very big gap. I saw that a lot of the drivers were complaining about a lack of grip on the circuit, which for us two commentators will make it incredibly entertaining if there's not 100 safety cars.
Tim across the line into P6, teammates with Lewis, the current pole sitter. So I wonder how much teammates work we'll see, because we've seen, especially in Brazil, we saw some amazing bits of teamwork between drivers. I think even Jeddah as well, there was some. And of course with the massive long, that was at Shanghai as well. And with the massive long back straight here, you can maybe see it being a factor, especially later on in the session.
I think the best two demonstrators of teamwork this season, unfortunately neither of them are here, Dylan and Vino. Both, especially at Shanghai, using the toe on the really long straight to brilliant effect, possibly saving themselves a couple of tenths each. But unfortunately neither of them here tonight.
So it might be worth looking for, if there are any teammates just looking to see where they are, especially towards that end of sector 3 as well, the end of sector 2. That's always a good spot to start to see drivers maybe slowing down, causing some yellow flags. And then
Disco at 69. Disco at 69 using the toe of the slower cars on the straight. Let's see where this lap puts him. It's P10 for the Alpha Tauri.
His teammate up into P6. So not lightning loop. He's got a reputation in other leagues as well. Very quick driver in FDR, very consistently good driver in FDR.
Very consistent as well.
And even in this league as well. And Zalba about to cross the line, Red Bull teammate with Rapid, who's at P8. Closes the gap to his teammate, and he's within that massive sandwich there. As you can see, it's quite a decent gap there from P5 to P10. Oh, sorry, P4 to P10. In fact, one that's gone under the radar.
Dammers, I've just seen P4.
I wonder if there was any teammate work there, possibly, but I don't think they were anywhere near each other on track. So if that's all on merit, then very good lap from Dammers to put himself in front of this pack. And it's going to be almost a bit of Formula 1.5 here, really, when you look at that top 2 and then you see where the rest of the grid is in terms of lap time. We were saying about this almost Shanghai as well. It's such a technical track with so many traction zones. It's so easy to lose a bit of time, and when you were watching the replay for Rapid or watching the lap for Rapid, you could see it's almost robotic the way he almost knows exactly when to turn in so that he doesn't hit the inside wall, he doesn't end up hitting the outside wall on exit. He seems to have got it down to an absolute T, and it's working brilliantly for him.
Oh, as Liam has retired
on track, that looks like a crash as well. If you go on board with the Alpine, I believe of Hazard, he's racing the Alpha Tauri, so as long as that car doesn't get cleared, we can see where the remains of the car is and it has been cleared. And Jota has joined midway through the session.
Very nice.
So see what car he'll be driving. But he, I know, has some internet issues, but he's already left, okay.
Internet issues, very apparent.
No, he joined the wrong league. Placed him on a lap. Say teammates with Lewis. He's a 10th up, however he did just clock the curb there, so he's going to maybe abort this lap and just try and, depends how much fuel he's got, but it looks like he's just going to try and save up some of that ERS and go for another lap.
Adam Lindbergh just starting his first flying lap. That is the fastest speed I've seen on the straight, 217 miles an hour.
That's like he must have had a good run up there.
A bit of a slide through turn 1, but that's 7 miles an hour faster than what Rapid and Lewis were doing.
And interestingly as well, your top 3 are out for their second run of the session. Afonso leading the way, followed by Rapid, and then followed by Lewis. Again, I wonder if any teammate intervention comes in here. Maybe this is where they start practicing their ways. They do, I believe, every one of the top 3 has their teammate in the session, and they do. Yeah, Afonso has Harry, Rapid has Zauber,
Zauber.
and
Lewis has Tim.
of course, has Tim. Tim being the closest to the respective teammate.
I don't know if this is a visual glitch, but I've just seen Adam Lindbergh, purple sector 1.
It might be, but I wouldn't put it past him. He's known for being quite a quick driver, and looking at the wings that he's got on as well, he might make up a lot of time down the straight if he was already at 270 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's possibly some disparity on setups, which we haven't seen a lot of this season. Obviously,
A
with
lot of it comes down to personal preference a lot of the time. Sometimes drivers will copy the quickest driver. Sometimes they'll go for a setup that actually feels better for them.
I think I'm more of the former. I usually like to copy the quickest.
Usually, yeah, but then there's a skill gap involved, which unfortunately kind of hurts sometimes. But
yeah, and then a lot of skill issues happen.
Yes.
As we see a very much from Jota leaving and rejoining the session. I'm not sure if he'll be able to race or not. As I see Adam Lindbergh come across the line, it's a rather disappointing P10 for him.
So Afonso, first sector, a 35.5. I'm going to watch Rapid, see what he gets across the line. It did say that Afonso went quicker as a PB, but Rapid across the first sector line has got to beat a 35.5.
It's a
35.1.
How about Lewis?
Brilliant, it's showing as a purple as well. And as we're saying, yep, Lewis, see, he's got a 35.5 or a 35.1 to try and beat.
It's a 35.0.
Flat. Wow.
2/10 up.
Afonso coming up now to the second sector split as well. He's 4/10 up, 115.7. 4.7, maybe we have to get those extra digits in there just in case. But there's traffic though. It looks like there could be traffic, but actually no. Look at the two Ferraris. Look at the two Ferraris. This could be vital for the lap here.
This could be. Rapid, a 114.8 through the sector 2 line.
Wow.
No, he's messed it up. The Ferraris have messed it up.
Oh no.
And they're almost almost equal. Lewis and Rapid almost equal. Afonso is at 140.1.
Rapid's getting slipstream off on an Alpine.
Rapid comes in to get a 139.3. Wow.
What can Lewis do though? His teammate in the wrong place at the wrong time, really there. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. Is it still enough to go top? No, it's not.
It's not far off though. This is going down to the wire between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Rapid claiming both pole positions in this session, in this season so far. But Lewis, a real challenger.
Happened now, but going slowly in the first sector. I thought he put into the wall, but he's just letting traffic through. But a miscommunication possibly there for the Ferrari drivers. I could understand if Lewis could be a little bit annoyed there.
One thing I have noticed, Dammers is only a 10th down, but was a second down on Lewis's sector 1. It just shows how huge the skill gap is between P1 and P2 and P6, as Charlie, I've just seen, has gone up into P5, so it's Haas filling up the third row grid, and Aston Martin filling up the second row.
Right up 7/10 on that lap. Watching disputed Cloud at the moment. Not sure if he's on an in lap or an out lap. He's still rinsing that ERS, so he could be on a lap. And he hasn't pulled across yet. So it looks like he's happy with this one.
Dowers looks to have backed
straight in.
Dowers looks to have backed out from his lap. So a little bit of a miscommunication there between the Ferraris.
And Vaxi on debut. 3.5 seconds off pole at the moment. However, he's 1.3 up, which will put him quite nicely into the
P10 range. Yeah.
As long as he improves, though, he's gone up to P11, though, unfortunately, losing a bit of time in that final sector. But it's something to work on.
Yes, it's a good benchmark for him. It's only just outside the top 10. A lot of opportunity to improve.
And Disco Mark starting his second run of the session. A big lock up into turn 1, though. Might not be the best entrance to turn 1 that you want. As you see him head down towards turn 2 now. You were looking at
a huge snap. A huge snap through turn 2. Did he hit the wall? I looked very close on the offboard.
Looked like he got it okay, though. See, oh, so close into that corner there. It's almost like how Rapid took it as well. It was so close. They're tapping the curb there, helping maybe a bit more rotation there. Struggling for traction. But we know we've seen in the past though, especially Imola was a big showcase of it. He was able to race his way up the field a few times. So if he's got that in him, but it's a lot more of a difficult track, but he had backed off of this lap though from the looks of things, he might just come straight in to get himself into a new set of tyres. As we see,
Blaze
Herod has
Tim.
joined.
Blaze Tim is on an outlap, as is Disputed Cloud, as is Hazard Time.
Yeah, and then you'll start to see more and more of those pit icons turn into outlap icons, as of course the time whittles down in the session.
3 minutes left of this session. It's an absolute dogfight between the top 2 positions. The rest, however, is looking like Formula 1.5.
Unless Harry gives Afonso a massive slipstream, as the other Mercedes driver has arrived. The Spanish driver of Herod is here. Can he put in a late lap to maybe shake things up a little bit? He's got enough time. He's got enough time. So is everybody else on the grid. But interestingly, it doesn't look like anyone else wants to do like a 1 or a 2 flying lap. It looks like they are fueling up for that. Just 1 flying lap, no in laps today. It looks like they are going to go all for it, especially that top 7 at the moment, as Rapid is the only driver who's out of the pits. Just in that top lot. Do you think Lewis has got enough in him if he gets it?
Harry's been disqualified. Oh wow!
So no help for Afonso.
Does that send him to the back?
Going for his lap now.
Does that send, it sends him to the back.
It will.
That sends Harry to the back. That puts Charlie and Dammers up a position.
Tim at the moment is on a lap. This could work perfectly here for Lewis, because Tim's on a lap now, almost completely across the track from where Lewis is. And if he completes his lap before Tim, he may be able to loop back round and give his teammate one hell of a slipstream for the final sector. Of course, he won't want to jeopardise his qualifying. We'll see how he does over the session, but that top 6 though on outlaps, and Disputed Cloud, Tim and Zauber are the closest to them lot, and they are currently on a lap as well.
Disputed Cloud on a lap slightly behind Blaze Tim. Let's see how Blaze Tim goes in the first sector. A little bit of a wobble there through turn 4. He's a 10th up, which at the moment doesn't improve him any positions, but there's still a lot of the lap left as Giotto joins and leaves the session again. We see huge amounts of smoke going through the tight, almost hairpin through the castle section. We've seen a surprisingly low amount of incidents through the castle section in this session.
Where did he get to the race?
Oh no. Through the downhill section. No, the Ferraris aren't coordinating. Lewis has set off for his lap. As you see the yellow flag in sector 2. Blaze Tim 4/10 up now. This could take him into the 1 minute 40 range, which could take him into P5 if he holds on to this lap.
Couple times I saw he was quite far up on his lap, and he's moved his way up to P12 and not really mingling in with the top lot. As you say, Tim coming across the line now to improve his qualifying up to 6th place.
Let's have a look at the front runner, the Rapid, coming close to his first sector. It's a 35.032. Lewis is coming to near the end of this sector. We saw Lewis go 35 flat through sector 1 last time. Could he potentially go into the 34s? No one's come anywhere near it. And no, it's 35.1. Advantage Rapid through the first sector.
He's not far off, already 24 thousandths of a second
off of his personal best. Rapid over a 10th up through sector 1. Rapid, of course, nearing the end of sector 2, very close to the wall. How he's kept it out of there, and he's not a personal best sector 2, but he's still up by less than 10. Lewis has stopped. Lewis has stopped. What's happened to Lewis?
He's crashed. I think he's crashed.
The castle section.
He must have hit the ball.
Damage, and he's spun. Rapid coming to the end of his lap now. DRS wide open, and he doesn't improve. But I don't think it'll matter. Alfonso not improving. Charlie, how is he doing on his lap?
He's done by 2/10, so it'll be a PB lap. Helps sustain that P4 position.
It's a strong PB. Dammers, how is he doing? The Hassies not too far behind each other, but not enough for a tow. You see him come across the line, and it's not a PB. Where's Tim? Not
about
8/10 up.
Here, he was 8/10 up, so he's going to break into the top 10 here. He doesn't though. And talk about how close things are in the middle of the field. 1,000th of a second separating Disputed Cloud and Dammers.
Wow.
Dammers will be frustrated with that. He'll know where that was in the lap as well. He could have improved. But Disputed Cloud though, a really good qualifying session, splitting the half drivers and starting really far up the grid.
I think a very good session for Dammers as well. I think he's not been the best at qualifying throughout this season, but a P6 for him and a P4 for Charlie. I think they'll both be very happy with that.
The only reassuring thing for some of these drivers is that, of course, qualifying doesn't mean much. It's not like it's Monaco, but this won't mean much. There's the chance of safety car. There's a lot of chance of things happening during the race, of potentially big crashes, potentially massive battles being involved as well, and of course DRS being a huge advantage around this track as well for overtaking. So anything can happen over the next race, and who knows, it could be wet.
Oh, a wet Baku race. That would throw everything up in the air. I think, regardless of the weather though, I would put the chances of at least one safety car to near 100%. Anyway, your grid for the race today, we have Rapid claiming yet another pole position, still keeping that 100% qualifying record with a time of 1:39.3, a very impressive lap. Behind him, Lewis coming so close, perhaps that miscommunication near the end of the lap possibly cost him. Alfonso once again rounding out the top three. The top three quite far ahead of the rest of the field. Charlie in a little bit of a no man's land in P4. Disputed Cloud and Dammers picking up P5 and P6 in very impressive fashion for their standards.
And there's so many things that can happen over the next 27 laps, is it, or 32 laps for Baku?
I believe it's 27. I believe it's 27.
But it is dry though, from what we can see, unless the weather decides to do a complete 180.
As we saw in Shanghai.
And make it a mixed conditions race. But at the moment, though, it looks alright, as the drivers will be selecting their strategies. What would you say would be a good strategy for yourself if you were going to be going around here today?
For me, I wouldn't want to risk the softs. I think I would go mediums and bank on an early safety car, or a safety car a few laps in. Possibly.
I feel like if you were going to predict an early safety car, you'd go softs. Or hard tyre, because you want to keep those mediums, because medium is like one of those best tyres where it's got good grip for a short run, but also a decent amount of grip and tyre life to do a fairly long run.
The issue is, I feel like if you go soft, it sort of acts as a jinx almost. If you put on the softs, there's not going to be a safety car, but if you put on the hards, there's going to be a safety car. I think mediums is that perfect middle ground. Plus, with the adaptability of using the mediums, let's see what people have run with, and it's almost all medium.
Wow, only two hard runners, being Hazard Time and Adam Lindberg, but yeah, as you say, all mediums up and down the grid.
Yeah, not a lot of diversity in terms of the strategy. I think Adam Lindberg is going to be one to watch in this race, running significantly reduced wings compared to the rest of the grid, giving him a 7-mile-an-hour advantage on the straights. He is going to be almost impossible to overtake on those straights, and he's just going to find overtaking quite easy. He's not going to have a lot of pace. Oh, we see a spin under the formation lap for Alfonso there.
Well, you might as well get the spins out now and then let it kind of be cleaner during the race, I suppose. But
a bit of a scary moment. We've seen formation lap crashes before.
Oh,
as Disputed Cloud has been disqualified. That's not going to be good for his tyre preparations from P5 on the grid. We've seen formation lap crashes before. We saw Charles Leclerc in Brazil last year. Obviously not his fault, the car failed on him, as is quite common for Ferrari. But, oh, as we see another wobble there for Lewis, speaking of Ferrari.
My question to you is, you've been quite good at predictions as of late. What would you say your prediction is for today's race?
I think P1, I'm going to go with the obvious answer, rapid. P2, I am going to go with Alfonso. And P3, I'm going to go with Adam Lindbergh.
I'm going to go completely off my nut here. I think that Lewis is going to win. I think Rapid will get second. I think today will be the first time we've seen him get beat this season. And I think a very surprise podium will go to Vaxi on debut for the Mercedes team. As a first-time driver, I feel like this race has got so much chaos involved with it. Even with the settings that are on, because we do have reduced safety cars, but I believe that even with that involved, I think I got a feeling someone's going to be in the right place at the right time and get a podium, pick up a podium today. And I got a feeling Vaxi's going to do it. I was going to say Disco Mark, but I just got a feeling something special is going to happen for Vaxi today.
I think if we're going along the chaos route, I think we're going to see a podium from Dammers. If we're going along that chaos route, as we're trying to find a good angle for this race start.
Yeah, we'll just let the back markers rejoin the grid.
A bit of a disaster for Harry. Getting disqualified from that qualifying session from a very good position. I think Charlie...
I wonder what happened, unless he spun out the pits and just couldn't get turned around in time and the game disqualified him early, but none of that matters though now. Is the lights turn on and I'll let Adam take over.
And the lights are off. And we are underway now. Rapid getting away very well. The Haas of Charlie getting away extremely well.
Look at shocking start. Lewis with a shocking start. He's already...
Charlie's at the P3. There's a crash already. There's a crash already in the background. Somehow getting away with it. That's Sauber in the background having a bit of a spin. Rapid maintains the lead. Alfonso P2. Charlie up to P3. Lightning Luke P4 already. It's a shocking start from Lewis. Rapid unchallenged as is Alfonso. Side by side the Ferrari and the AlphaTauri. Lewis into the wall. Lewis into the wall. Side by side with Dammers now. As Dammers looks to get through. He's still side by side. There's another crash in the background.
It's an absolute Ferrari implosion here for Lewis. Going from P3, I switched to him on the view and he looked like he just couldn't stop those tyres from spinning no matter what he could do. He went up the gears, he went off the throttle. Nothing seemed to stop those tyres from spinning, and unfortunately by turn 1 he was already battling for P5 and he's just about stopped the bleeding. He's managed to stay in this P5 position at the moment, but the gap is already down to 1.5 seconds, but he's quick enough to claw that back.
Wow, that was a shocker from Lewis. Dammers getting passed by both Ferraris. The Ferrari's working quite well in the middle portion of the lap to get past the Haas. Charlie with an incredible start though compared. He's up into P3, almost a second already in front.
Speaking of incredible starts as well, Disco Mark up to P9 from P13 already. He's taken advantage of a few drivers and they're making mistakes. There was a little bit of a kerfuffle through the midfield. It looks like he's managed to pull them back. And it looks like even Disputed Cloud, after a brilliant qualifying from him, maybe by the end of the straight, he could be down to P9.
It's not the greatest start. The biggest movers on this start.
Ferraris are moving. Tim has got past his teammate.
Wow, did Lewis possibly pick up a little bit of damage there on that lap 1? So in turn,
2 pitters as well.
3 pitters, in fact, Disputed Cloud, so maybe he got damage. Adam Lindbergh as well.
Might have been involved in that incident, that turn 1 incident with Zauber. It was kind of around that area of the field as well.
Possibly. So biggest mover in the first lap goes to Disco Mark, now up into P8. Very good start for him. He did say he likes a bit of chaos.
Yeah, he seems to, as I say, he seems to cut his way through the field, but it's whether or not he can piece together a full race. Interestingly, Adam Lindbergh onto a new set of softs.
Soft.
Playing the short game, yeah, and in fact, it's a cosmopolitan because you got the white there of the hard tire for Disputed Cloud. You got the red soft for Adam Lindbergh, and then the yellow for Zauberdrachi on. I don't know what the accent was for me on the mediums.
Very crucially for Rapid, he's opened up that gap to over a second already over Alfonso and Charlie. 2.5 seconds back from Alfonso with Lightning Luke all over his rear end.
Yeah, he can't seem to shake Luke, can he? I don't know if it's just a glitch. It looks like Charlie's locking up into every corner, but I don't know if that's just maybe the game doing something, or because he's going slightly offline, it's showing some dirt being flipped up. But
it's Quinton is out. There's a virtual safety car.
I'm going to go on board with Disputed Clouds. We can try and see, and it's out that wall there as well. It's very easy to drop it there, but I wonder, did he jump or was he pushed into that wall?
I think it's very easy to miss your braking point round that corner.
The car's really good.
That's very annoying. So we have
a cheap pit stop though for all these medium runners.
Only Dammers takes it. And Herod.
Oh, it's only a virtual safety car though.
It's only a virtual
safety car.
It still saves a lot of time compared to a normal safety car. Compared to green flag, sorry.
While we were watching all that as well, Lewis has retaken the position over his teammate. He's now back up into P5 and very close to Lightning Luke. I don't know if that's just because they're sorting themselves out within the safety car, showing themselves as being 2 seconds back, but it doesn't look that far.
I think that's because of the virtual safety car. They were, I think, around 2 to 2.5 seconds behind. You see who masters this virtual safety car, and it looks like Lewis has just gained 4/10 on that restart.
Really good restart. He's had a really good restart there. I don't know if maybe Luke got held up behind Charlie or something, but
Alfonso
they're still very close to each other.
Alfonso with a very good virtual safety car as well, gaining over 4/10 on Rapid. Low ERS for Alfonso compared to Rapid. Rapid very good at conserving it. However, he will have the DRS down the main straight and a good toe as well. This puts Dammers in a very interesting position. Oh, I ran a ball and he almost crashes into the wall.
So I've just seen 2 drivers hit the wall consecutively. I saw Olympus slap the wall down by where we saw Quinton crash, and I saw also Vaxi as well tap the wall slightly into that corner. So that could be one to watch for cautions today.
Speaking of one to watch, we have for the lead, Alfonso just doesn't go for it. He had a very good off-board shot. Lightning Luke up into P3 ahead of Charlie's crashed! Charlie's crashed on the exit of turn 1. He gets it back going, but has he picked up any damage?
Oh, it's a shame for him. It looked like he just lit it up on the curb. He's going side by side with Limquiz there at the moment.
Ghosted.
And once they sort themselves out down the straight,
doesn't look like
DRS though on him, so he should be able to slip straight past without any issues.
Oh, Lewis has spun.
And Lewis, race going from bad to worse. He's dropped all the way back down to P10. Oh, you got to feel for the Ferrari driver. At least Alfonso's making this race a little bit more interesting for the lead. Because I mean, Lewis, we thought it would have been given that he would have been challenging with Rapid, but Alfonso though, last season's one of the title contenders from last season, and he's still contending with Rapid.
Charlie's down. Charlie's gone as the safety car is out. Let's see what happened.
It's not on the castle section. It's down the end.
No,
it's down the escape road.
It's on before. What's happened there then?
I'm sure we'll find out in the general chat. I'm sure there'll be some words had there. Maybe if there was any contact, but it's a very strange place to crash. That does not look like somewhere that you drop it on the brakes, unless something's happened to his setup. Unless something's happened.
I'm not too sure.
Happened like that. Maybe wasn't involving someone else, but it'd be interesting to see if anyone dives to the pits now, because there may be some damage. I don't know. I'm trying to look at some of the
Rapid stays out. Alfonso stays out. Lightning Luke comes in. Blaze Tim comes in. Disco Mark Stays out. Lindquist comes in, a very late call there. Hazeltine comes in, Baxter comes in, Lewis comes in, Harry stays out. Lewis, Dammer's too far back. As we see provisionally at that's there.
Lim Lewis is having a wing being replaced, but I don't think that's to do with Charlie, because I did see him hit the wall, I mentioned earlier, down towards turn 16 is one that we saw Quinton crash out on, so unless he's replacing his wing there,
Possibly.
I'm not too sure, because Charlie was around that area of the grid, but of course we will find out eventually. If you do want to find out what happened, maybe from the driver's point of view, make sure you give VRP a follow on Instagram as well. They often post racing clips from the driver's point of view as well, so you get a better understanding of what happens as well during the race.
First full safety car of the race. Rapid electing to stay out on those 4-lap-old mediums. They're still relatively new. Afonso, Disco Mark and Harry electing to do the same. Every other driver, apart from Zauber, electing to pit onto either for mostly the hard compounder tyres, unless your name is Hazeltine or Lightning Luke.
The Haas Pro could go to the end now as well. They're in a nice little window where they could actually go all the way to the end, especially if there are a few more safety cars. But you'd like to think, though, if there's a couple laps remaining, if a soft window opens up, you're going to go for the softs.
You gotta go for the softs.
Only one driver used the soft so far, and of course that was Adam Lindbergh, with a very strange strategy call to go onto the softs there. But of course he's used this safety car as an opportunity as well to go on to a one-lap set of hards.
Oh, Hazeltine bringing in a bit of insight on why he's gone onto the mediums. He said the hards felt absolutely horrible. So a little bit of driver preference there. Possibly, if another safety car comes out, I think that is a brilliant call from Lightning Luke and Hazeltine to go onto those mediums.
Yeah, of course, if you start on the hards, then, depends if they changed, then they would have changed tyres, haven't they? Yeah, it's difficult because we have to use more than one compound in Formula 1 in a dry race, and usually if you're trying to go for a double medium, you kind of want to go for a different tyre to start with, and then just hope that you can use those safety cars to string together two.
We do have another soft runner. We have another soft runner. Zauber
going for. Well, sometimes there's a quote from bike racing which is something along the lines of, if you go for the option that no one else has gone for, it usually means you got it wrong. But could this be one of those times where it's not usually? You know, we've seen it a couple of times. We've seen it a couple of times in VRP where someone's gone for a very strange strategy call, but it's ended up working in their favour.
I think in this case, I think the softs is possibly the worst option you could have picked. I think...
Love the optimism.
I would love Zauber to do well with this strategy, but they are not going to last very long at all. Unless another safety car comes out for him to climb up the grid. If another safety car comes out in about 5 laps, we could see all these hard runners diving back into the pits for possibly another set of mediums. Because the mediums, in a couple of laps' time, I think if you nurse them properly, could make it to the end.
Could do. And they're still waiting on a few drivers to rejoin the pack at the moment, so I doubt we'll see safety car come in this time round, unless the safety car decides to add an 8th gear and a Formula 1 engine, more importantly. But it looks like we'll be going green next lap, as it looks like it's a little bit too close for them to call it in now. And Rapid has led quite a few safety car restarts this season. Of course, last time out in Imola with those 5 safety cars.
No, we're in this lap.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Bert Mylander is gunning it. Bert Mylander is gunning it.
And he's added a 3rd turbo onto that Mercedes. He's rattled into the
As Rapid's gone already. Wow, he's really caught Afonso out there. 7/10.
I think everyone's been caught out, to be honest. I think by the fact that we've added a safety car come in, well, on the main straight, on the final run of the main straight.
Looks like everyone has got through this restart cleanly though. Rapid capitalising, he's almost got his gap back that he had before. Although, did he make a mistake out of the last corner? Alfonso gaining on him quite quickly. Let's see, this is yeah, but what's happened? I thought he crashed
there. Harry gets spun across the front end there. I thought Harry got spun across the front end. No.
Lightning Luke and Harry side by side. Oh, they're not in the water's contact. Harry and Lightning Luke making huge contact here. Disco Mark will be absolutely loving this. He's over a second. Oh, what's happened? What's happened?
Dan was a brilliant send on Limquiz into the chicane there. Made sure he got the position before he could even think about turning in. As Lightning Luke is up to P4 just behind his teammate. And look at yet again, Ben finding himself up in, I know it's because of the pits, but he's finding himself on P3.
He's not on significantly worse tyres either. They're only 4 laps worse off. That's not bad at all.
As the leaders. He could have. I think he did the same thing in Imola as well. He pretty much copied the strategy of the leaders.
But look what's happened. Rapid's brilliant safety car restart. Look who's right behind him. Oh, as we see a big wobble though. That's going to cost him quite a lot of time.
And we'll see if Hazard on these new mediums. He was complaining about how bad the softs felt, also how bad the hards felt. At the moment, he's behind 2 cars to get substitutes. He's had to lift through the chicane there. That might just say what kind of setup he's actually running, because he's had to really lift off there through the chicane. Not a lot of grip there as Alfonso's made a move for the lead. Well, they're still side by side. There's the lead. And there's contact between the 2 drivers. And
Alfonso's gone through. Alfonso's gone through.
And this is brilliant for the AlphaTauri drivers. Look at them behind them.
They're right there.
Down that top 2. And the Ferrari swapping up over positions as well. Back up to P5 goes Lewis, and Lightning Luke now making a move on his teammate. Much better tyres, and maybe a way to fight with these leaders. Maybe split them apart and create some great content for us and the VRP social media team as well. But as you see them now heading towards the tight, congested section of this middle sector.
Right on.
Any moves here? Any dive bombs?
I wouldn't bet on it, as Rapid has a look. But I think that's crucial for Alfonso to get ahead there. He showed a lot of pace after the initial restart. Rapid not having a tidy restart lap. Considering he had that much of a gap, he didn't capitalise on it. Sorry, what was you going to say?
And I'd say one man who would have been looking forward to that safety car as well, Lewis. He's already back up to this leading pack now. Unfortunately, Ben dropping off a little bit now. Ben's just sat behind, or trying to sit behind his teammate Luke. But Luke, as we said, quicker via FDR, and he's quick here today in VRP as well.
Ben as Lewis goes for the switch back. What a move from Lewis! Ooh, the final braking zone does a switchback on Disco Mark. Right on board with Lewis to have a look at this battle for the lead. Rapid just staying behind. DRS not up yet. Rapid pulls alongside. Lightning Luke, does he try to make it through? Right, no, he backs out.
No, he'll go up the inside. He'll switch up the inside. No, he can't. It's been blocked
side by side with by wheels. There's contact there with Alfonso. Did Alfonso try to back out there into the front wing of Lightning Luke?
The DRS though enabled to Rapid. We'll have to worry about that now. He's got 2 cars behind him with DRS. And look at Luke.
Luke's going for it. Luke's going for it. Will he like to send it Rapid? No, he doesn't. He's through on Alfonso. Alfonso almost hitting the wall on the outside there.
Brilliant from Luke here. Luke is doing an absolute stunning job for his first race this season in the AlphaTauri. Brilliant stuff from the new driver. I said new driver, for the AlphaTauri driver.
I think someone licking his lip at this will be. As we see a bit of contact at the back there between Herod and Disputed Cloud. Zauber goes through on those soft tyres. As we see, Herod's almost into the wall. Zauber half spinning it.
And just ahead of them was Vaxi getting overtaken by Limquiz up into the points. It was a good move into the chicane. And you get the McLaren driver, the sole McLaren driver, up into the points.
What will we see on this DRS straight? We have the top 4 all with DRS apart from Rapid. Will Lightning Luke now go for the lead of this race?
Oh, the brilliant helicopter shot here. Look at this. Watch him snaking through, and you look at the run he's got immediately there before ERS. Oh, sorry, before the DRS
Side
is
by
even
side.
open. There's the DRS line.
Alfonso with a brilliant view. Alfonso not with much ERS remaining compared to the top two. As Lightning Luke enters lead, Lewis up into P3. A terrible lap for Alfonso, going from first to fourth.
And he had a bad exit out the corner there, looked to try and retaliate straight away for Lewis, but unfortunately couldn't seem to catch him up there on the exit of the corner, as now it's Harry who's dropped all the way back. What's happened to Harry? Something's happened to him because he's dropped all the way back down to 11th now, with Vaxi into the points on his Mercedes debut.
Oh,
Damson
Lewis,
then swapping positions here.
what's happened to Rapid? What's happened to Rapid? Lewis and Alfonso both passed.
I think he's put it into the wall. He's locked the rears into that corner there, but you think he's put it into the wall.
Doesn't look to have any damage.
Unless he's lost it on the exit of one of the 90-degree corners. As looking further back, look how close it is back here. It's almost 4 wide at one point there.
Oh wow!
Look how close it is.
2 by 2, it's pack racing.
Oh, they've locked wheels. They've locked wheels.
Locked wheels. Oh, how have they all got through? Surely, yeah, they all file single file. 5 cars all within about a second of each other, going through the capital section. If one car crashes through there, it's night. It's good night to about 3 cars. It's ridiculous. As Lightning Luke has now built a huge gap to Lewis. 1.5 seconds, and Alfonso is a little bit behind. Rapid, what has happened to Rapid? Has he got damage?
I'd be surprised. He might have just lost. He might have just hit one of the curbs or something, and it's just caused him to sort of lose a bit of rhythm. And even then, making one mistake around a track like this, it really throws you off the racing lines. And maybe
as Alfonso's going to the pits.
All we can do at the moment is speculate. And yeah, Alfonso in the pits. Honestly, has he got it slowed down in time? No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
It's a 5-second time penalty. It looked really quick coming in. But
Very.
will anyone else follow him?
Disco Mark follows him in. No front wing. This is purely strategy for Alfonso. Onto the hard tyres. What about Disco Mark? He's coming through the pit lane. And
follows
that,
him. Yeah.
That looks like. Oh no, it's not a front wing change. It's just a visual glitch. But however, his AlphaTauri teammate is P1 by over 2 seconds now. Those medium tyres looking electric as Hazard Time and Vaxi battling side by side. Whoa, how is there not contact? Very good racing between the pair of them.
He kept it stuck in there the whole time, but luckily, I think in the end he just about held the brake and pulled out of that move. And Lim Hui is climbing up the grid here, looking to try and make a move on Damas into P5, and he's really bringing over the points for McLaren today. Yeah,
he thought it'd be a bit of a disadvantage with both Dylan and Bino not being there. It could be a good recovery for them. However, Haas with their sole driver now, Damas having a very, very good race.
Be interesting to see what happens though once everybody, if there is green flag pit stops, it'll be interesting to see what drivers do, where everyone comes out, because you never know, anything can happen in the pits as well. They might get held up even by cars in the pits as well. But Hazard's dropped it. Hazard's dropped it into the wall. He lost all his front wing. He put it onto the, almost like how Charlie did on the first corner, or the exit of the first corner, just drops it onto the curb and he's gone straight into the wall. And unfortunately for him, it's gone from
Rapid comes in. Almost spinning into the pit lane to get it slowed down there.
Doesn't look like many other drivers are following him. There is one though that is followed him in. I don't know who it is though, but Adam looking for a move onto Vaxi there. Really late move from Vaxi that could get reported, but it looks like he's managed to get it. It's a
virtual safety car. So these drivers in the pits, especially Rapid, this is benefit. Possibly debris, maybe?
Did someone crash into the... Oh, might be. Unless Disputed Kyle crashed into the pits because he's lost his front wing.
Possibly.
He's facing that front wing now. It seems like a really strange place to throw it out for. But I guess we'll go green. I guess we'll go green quite quickly.
That's good. That virtual safety car will have saved Rapid a few seconds, maybe not many, but a couple.
Disco markers onto the hard, onto the softs.
What is he cooking? What is he cooking? Well, his tyres for one, but still. That's a very odd call.
We'll see
This
where that goes.
a bold strategy, but I hope it works out for him. He's had a very good race so far, as he almost bends it into the wall immediately. Lightning Luke in the lead on the mediums. How long will those mediums last though? Because surely those mediums cannot go to the end. Lewis behind him. Blaze Tim in rounding out the podium so far for Ferrari. However, we do have the obvious elephant in the room of Afonso and Rapid, who have pit, and they are very close to each other.
And Dammer's losing a little bit of time to Limquiz. Of course, Limquiz managed to get past the Haas driver.
Limquiz up into P4 for McLaren now.
Yeah, brilliant race here. We'll be interested to see if anyone dives to the pits. This clearly looks like a pit window, but will anyone use it?
Does Sauber is helping Rapid's rival.
Sauber into the pits now.
Rapid will be furious at his teammate for helping out Afonso there, giving him a huge tour.
He's going for a set of mediums, so he's going to go to the end on those tyres. That's at least one of a few drivers who can definitely go to the end. Those hard tyres, I wonder if they drop off quite a lot.
As Rapid's got past Afonso. Rapid has got past Afonso for P10.
And those are close battles. We've got Afonso up on Rapid, which still could be definitely the one to watch, but it's one a little bit further ahead. And Limburg, bit of a underdog usually into one of these races. He's always good for an upset.
Huge lock up into that hairpin.
But he's right up the back here of the Mercedes driver of Vaxi. He's in a bit of a Mercedes sandwich at the moment. Oh, I think Rapid hit the wall into the... Either Rapid had to check up massively into the...
Yeah, Afonso's got back past. But they're going side by side now, coming down the hill. So look, oh, Afonso slapping the wall there as well.
That was Harry, That's not Afonso.
The two Aston Martins are getting mixed up between them. Very...
Right, Crofty. Oh, he's hit the back of him! He's hit the back of him!
And Afonso's lost his wing! Big drama here in the middle of this race.
Wait, did he get pushed? Did he get pushed into the back of him?
I don't know.
I saw there was initial contact, but I didn't think it was enough to lose his front wing.
I have no idea. Is Rapid going to pit as well? Rapid's pitting as well.
He tries to make a position into the pits. It's caution flag in sector 1. Who spun? It's Hazard.
It's Lindbergh. It's Adam Lindbergh.
It's Adam Lindbergh. Oh.
It's very... It's
and
the
worst. Well.
Oh, it's the
and now
worst.
To do a full lap as well of this track without a wing.
Disputed Cloud fastest lap. This has been pandemonium as Bisco Mark's now got fastest lap.
Oh! And Vaxi's missed the corner. He's missed the corner for turn 3. He's got to rejoin. He's taking the escape road. So it's better than stuck it into the wall, and at least he'll make up an easy position here on Adam Lindbergh. But unneeded time lost there from the Mercedes driver. His teammate Hodod up into P6, looking to try and close down the gap. 2 Dammers. And the gap at the top's closed up. There's something happening to Luke.
I think it could be his tyres, possibly. Let's have a look. He's still got his front wing. I think it might just be tyres.
Although, of course, it's easy to make mistakes on a track like this, but you could be right. This could be the crossover phase of the 2 tyres.
Harry's not been plummeting though, and his tyres are 4 laps older than Lightning Luke's.
Unless he's just tried to push it too hard on those tyres while the drop-offs happen, but we'll just see if they can drive to the pits though. Looks like they're committed to staying out this lap.
You see a huge gap to P3, 10 seconds. Afonso has once again got past Rapid, but I think now this is... Well, what's happened to Rapid? Rapid's slow again! What has happened to Rapid? Rapid going very slowly. No throttle.
Oh, it might be wheel issues.
Yeah, no throttle. Yeah, that looks very unusual.
I'm on the telemetry. What's
Vaxi's out! Vaxi's out!
Oh, he was just hiding in the pits. He was just hiding in the pits.
How what? What a very... I think we might...
Leaders.
Oh, leaders. Through the castle section. Lightning
Alan
Luke.
Lindbergh's gone down as well. He's gone down the escape road again, so that's why there's yellow flags there. But we'll keep looking at the leaders here, though.
Rapids into the pit. He's sped into the pit lane. I don't think he'll care. He's retired. The winning run comes to an end for Rapid. We will have a new winner this season. Very unfortunate. It does look like wheel issues. He was having like no throttle.
Let me check the chats. Let me check. I'll try and see if there's any insight I can get.
That it looked like wheel issues to me, based off the throttle pattern. However, Lewis all over the back. I don't even think he'll need the DRS, but he's gonna get it anyway. Nice helping hand to close, and he's got through on the AlphaTauri. A nice, easy move for him. What compared to the rest of this race, that looked easy. This front pack are 2 seconds faster than Blaze Timmins. Lim whiz up into the podium places. A brilliant drive from him. However, he is all but out of ERS. This has been pandemonium. Harry into the pits on 14 lap old mediums. I think the tyres must have fallen off for him. This has been a chaotic one for sure.
And after a quick interview with Rapid, we've got confirmation. He said he got brake checked in the castle section. He said that Harry was playing the team game same as last week, even though his teammate was 2 tenths behind him. And then he has orange wing damage, and the game decides what doesn't need changing. So it sounds like a mixture of issues for Rapid. And he essentially said that there's no point racing at the end there, and clearly frustrated by what happened on track, and a combination of things, he's retired from the session.
Now that is controversial, if that is the case, a brake check.
And I wonder if there'll be any reports. I mean, it sounds like there would be, but that sounds like, unfortunately, something to be decided by the stewards. It's our job, though, to commentate on the now. So here we are, and speaking of now, likely Luke looks like he wants to try and make an overtake into turn 1 on Lewis. It'd have to be a hell of a dive bomb, surely.
Surely he'd have to expect. Or will he dive into the pits? No, he won't. He's gaining though. He's
backed
backed out. Just backed off. It was very wide at turn 1. Well off of that inside curb.
And Luke, I don't want to try and sort of, write his final words now, but it looks like he's in need of a safety car.
I would agree, those mediums are not looking too good. I think if you pit now onto another set of mediums, or maybe the soft, could he gain that 20 seconds back if he went full push? As Disco back is into the pits.
We've got some driver support here. We talk about McLaren, talk about Lim Whiz. McLaren, the only McLaren driver at the moment, racing in the top 3. Well, his teammate, Dylan James GP, saying that his prediction for the race was that Dammers would be getting a podium. And at the moment, you never know. Again, if your safety car comes out and they're all on soft, it could be a level playing field. Chaos could ensue. Who knows? It might happen.
Chaos
McLaren have got a
ensues.
very good team, and for Lim Whiz to be bringing home these points today, while the other 2 drivers are kind of a bit MIA at the moment, it could be really good for the McLaren, especially in terms of the Constructors' Championship.
It's a very good result, especially with Rapid, with the DLF. The Ferraris going very strong though. Lewis clear out front, no DRS to speak of. I think we might see Lightning Luke dive into the pits very shortly.
I think Alfonso's made a mistake in the castle section. I don't know if he's got any wing. He has got the wing, but it's out making up the position up to P9, so trying to bring home some points for the Red Bull team after their main points hauler having not the best race today.
A potential fraud has just backed AlphaTauri to do well.
And Lim Whiz
into the pits. What's he going to do? I think those hards would have made it to the end, but he's rolling the dice onto the mediums. That's a risk especially with the chance of safety car at this track.
Although at least then you can then jump past everybody.
That is true. He has shown
to pit.
He has shown very, very good pace this race. However, coming out P7, he's got a lot of work to do. Zauber and Alfonso, look like Alfonso might have just got past Zauber there. Dammers in P4, he's having a very, very good weekend, is Dammers. He's not the quickest in terms of pace, but he's absolutely kept his nose clean. And he's reaping the rewards because of it. A definite driver of the day contender for sure. Will we see Lightning Luke come into the pits? We saw Harry come into the pits on 13 lap old mediums. Will it be the same for Luke?
And then Riz just behind the crowd here, looking to try and make up the positions. He's on track.
Luke stays out. He has to be hoping for a safety car now. Anything to stop Lewis. Lim Quiz all over the back now of Disputed Cloud. Side by side, he doesn't need the DRS, but he will get it anyway, I believe.
Tim into the pits.
Oh no, really? Oh no, he won't. Disputed. Neither of them have the DRS. Were they equal across the DRS line?
Oh, what a move on the brakes there from Lim Quiz. Brilliantly done on the outside there.
Brilliant move. Neither of them had the DRS then, though, which I was very confused by.
And Blaseham just coming out in front of Hazard, so at least Hazard will have someone to battle with towards the end of the race here, as long as there isn't a late safety car, which of course is always possible. You know, we haven't had. Well, we have had one. I was about to say we haven't had one in a while, but we've had one pretty much every race.
It hasn't been in a while, though. It hasn't been in a while. We've gone.
Well, a week, yeah.
No, we've had one today.
Well, no, it's in, like, not a late safety car.
True. A late safety car. I mean, the order is very mixed. I mean, Herod is P4. How's this come about?
Yeah.
I know he's on the significantly older tyres, as is now as Lim Quiz rapidly catching these two. Oh, it's a big gap to Lightning Luke, who's now 4 seconds behind Lewis, out in the lead.
I tell you what, if you told Lewis at about lap 6 today that he was going to be in the lead by lap 20, he might have believed it.
Lightning Luke finally pits. Will Dammers follow him? Those tyres getting very old now. Possibly a late race push on the softs.
I'll tell you what, play the Jaws music. Lim Quiz has closed the gap to 1.2 seconds over Herod. And with everyone else pitting in front, Lewis onto the softs.
Luke onto the soft. Luke on the soft. In P2.
And you give someone like him those tyres, it could be devastating for the rest of the grid. Same as Herod as well. Will the hard runner, will Lewis decide to do the same? Surely he has to retaliate. The undercut's so powerful around here, surely he has to retaliate so he can try and at least gain some time.
I think the smart call would be for Lewis to pit.
Because, I mean, you imagine how much time he's going to gain, how much time Luke's going to gain over Lewis if he stays on these tyres.
He's got 1 lap to decide. He's either going to pit now for the softs or stay out for the rest of the race. It's now or never in terms of a pit stop. I think if you're Dammers, you have to roll the dice. Lim Quiz is a hungry shark in that McLaren on those fresh mediums. Let's have a look, see what Lewis does. He's coming round final couple of corners now on lap 20 of 26. It's now or never for him. Is he going to pit or is he going to stay out?
He's already lost 2 seconds this lap. He's got to have a flawless stop. He stays out.
He stays out. I'm very surprised at that. Alfonso has got past Hazard with a bit of a recovery.
If you say 2 seconds a lap, is the gap, then
Limbo
will
is
win
all
this
over
still.
the back of Dammers now on those fresh tyres. Surely Dammers has to pit this time. Those tyres not doing anything for us. And Lim Whiz back into that podium position. Dammers stays out again.
Unless he just uses the DRS to try and stay in front of Disputed Cloud. But Tim,
Possibly.
though, looking like he's going to make the move on Disputed Cloud, though. Tim could be the dark horse as well.
We could see a double Ferrari. Maybe not a double Ferrari podium, but Ferrari 1-4. I think Lewis has possibly played the safe card. Because I don't think Lightning Luke will gain 20 seconds in 5 laps. But he's gained 4 already. So this could be a lot closer than he's possibly anticipated.
And we could see a really interesting battle for the points here. Got Ben taking on Zauber. If you want a bit of fun towards the back of the
Zauber
grid.
in a points position at the moment. And Ben with those fresher tyres. DRS wide up, he swoops to the outside.
He fancies the outside, but I wouldn't trust that.
Oh, he's into the wall.
Oh,
I think
racing
that
incident.
I disagree. I think that could be a penalty coming Zauber's way.
No, it's
As Zauber's letting through. Zauber's letting through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You have to know what you're doing if you're going around the outside there. You have to know, especially you have to know who you're racing as well. You can't expect Zauber as well in a position like that where he's forced to the inside. You can't expect him to see the position. He's going to fight it. It's fair play to him for giving the position. Maybe he knows that if that were reported, he could have got the penalty. But I don't know. I think that's more of a racing incident than anything else.
Luke is catching rapidly. I think we're about to see the fastest lap fall. No, we don't. That's surprising. Lim Quiz completely out of DRS now. ERS, sorry. That was 3 seconds behind. I think he's made a mistake not pitting for those softs or even the mediums. If Disputed Cloud comes in, that's unusual this late in the race, unless he's got damage. No, he's on the soft. That's a very unusual strategy. I think I would have stayed committed to the end of the race on those mediums, but he doesn't. Someone who definitely isn't going to pit at this stage is Lewis. If he pits now, Luke is nearly 10 seconds in front, and he can't allow that. If he pits now, Lim Whiz is all over him. Which, yes, you'd bet for him to get past on those tyres. But it's just... with the amount likely Luke is catching, I think Lewis might be getting a little bit worried. Luke will be pushing all the way. I believe he will fall up short, but he's gaining incredibly quickly. Fresh softs over old hards, you will gain several seconds a lap. And
speaking of gaining time, it looks like Tim will have Dammers by the end of the straight. Dammers is not got an ERS left. He's got half of the ERS. He's going to try and fight it, but he's slowly slipping down the grid.
The efforts will be futile, unfortunately.
Wide open.
Dammers, I think, has made a mistake there by not pitting onto some softs.
It's difficult because you lose about, 20-22 seconds if you do pit, and I think he's chosen the lesser of two evils.
Excuse me. As Vaxi has now left the session.
Zauber having a battle now with Adam Lindbergh. He used to just slipping down the grid. So is Steve.
He has got the DRS.
Position, but he's now trying to fight for P11 here. Just for a bit of fun towards the end of the race maybe here. Even Harry might join into this battle as well. And he's got...
As Adam Lindbergh has switched back to him. As this Harry could go for a dive ball, he has a look. Still side by side, oh, is the contact there. Oh. Harry now, could we see a double move? No, he's let Adam Lindbergh go with that severe lack of rear wing. Oh, there's contact. Oh. Harry not really getting the traction. either Lewis is about to start the 24th lap of this race, 12 seconds to Lightning Luke. I think it's too little too late for Luke. 3 laps to go. The gap 11 seconds.
Undisputed Cloud closing in here to hazard time as well. Gap's going within a second, and with DRS zone coming up here, massive DRS zone coming up here. Could see the Alfa Romeo driver, the lone Alfa Romeo driver, making his way up. Apparently got a minute, the fastest minute sector there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's just gone onto a set of softs. Maybe he's looking to take that extra point for the fastest lap.
I think a bit of a helping of DRS here will be greatly appreciated.
And that slipstream as well.
And he does. I think he already had the fastest lap. Either him or Disco Mark already had it. Wasn't one of the usual candidates for once.
And this battle towards the back here could get a bit tasty now, coming into turn 1.
Oh, we're 3 wide.
It's a double overtake for Harry down the straight. But can he keep the position in the braking zone? Adam Lindbergh, though, he's going to make it difficult for him. He's got the position into the corner. Will he keep the position out of the corner?
He does. 10 seconds now for Lightning Luke. It's about to drop into single figures. With 2 laps left of this race, I think Lewis has done enough. Oh, this is Albert. It's too late for a safety car now. Unfortunately for Lightning Luke.
And one battle to watch maybe towards the end of the race, or at least maybe the end of this lap, as we go into the final, or about to start the final lap. Herod is about to close in on Alfonso,
who is rapidly closing in on Dammers.
That is true, but I don't know if that'll be enough time.
2 laps.
That makes a massive mistake.
2 laps. He's good. No, they are still on lap 24. Lewis is on 25.
Oh, yeah, sorry, no.
Yeah. 1.8. I think Dammers will be a sitting duck in this battle. I think they'll be on him by the end of this lap. As Herod is going for it, we have a brilliant view of it. He's just sailed past. Absolutely huge speed from the Mercedes, something that the actual Mercedes last year didn't have. So, oh, he's hit the wall! He's hit the wall! Has he got away with it? Has he got away with it? That's brilliant news for Dammers. Alfonso's fallen back a load as well.
I don't know if he got damage or not from that. He might have done. He might have helped him into the wall there.
Possibly. Hero's still rapidly catching Dammers though. And despite that, I'd say wall tap, it's more a wall bang. He's still going to be a sitting duck by the end of this lap, I believe. 8.5 seconds to go. There's a yellow flag. Looks like it's Adam. No, it's Alba.
No, it's Alba. It's Alba.
As we see Harry and Adam Lindbergh side by side through the end of this first sector, it's not an overtaking spot. Still side by side. It's held this side by side position. Adam Lindbergh and Harry braking. They're still going. And Adam Lindbergh just about takes it, but Harry is still having a look. There's brilliant racing between the pair of them. Lewis onto the final lap now. And he has definitely done enough now. He can just cruise on this final lap. No risk. It's a brilliant race from the Ferrari. It's going to help him massively. As Herod does get past Dammers. Zalba with a 10-second time penalty. I'm not sure what he's done there. Herod easily past Dammers. As we see Alfonso into the pits. To retire!
He's crashed into the bits. He's crashed into the bits. He's crashed into the bits.
Why would he give up points? I think he's rage quit there, and I think that's a very poor attitude from Alfonso there. That's not what we like to see.
Well, it's good for some of the drivers further down the grid because it's given them guaranteed points.
Zalba is looking to be disqualified, I think.
Every corner in sight at the moment. So no points for Red Bull today.
But
And
one
no points
man,
for Aston Martin today as well.
who will be picking up 25 very crucial points. He's gone through the final braking zone now. A brilliant race for Lewis to claim his first win of the season. His championship rival Rapid crashing out. His other championship rival Fonzo crashing out. It's a brilliant day for Ferrari. He's weaving across the line to win the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Behind him, a brilliant drive for Lightning Luke to become P2 and keep the applause going for Lim Whiz, who is going to pick up, I believe, his first podium in VRP. A brilliant race for the McLaren. Dylan will be very happy with that. Blaze Tim, P4, another brilliant race for Ferrari. That will massively helping with constructors, with Red Bull getting nothing. Heron and Disputing Cloud has got Dammers! What's happened to Dammers there? What's happened? Has he run out of fuel?
No, you'd see it flashing if he was out of fuel. I think he just got overtaken on pure pace and he's just given up a little bit there.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Although his car is...
Battle for the final point here. Harry's in the slipstream.
Oh! What will we see here? No ERS now. Dust being kicked up. I think Adam Limbo's just done enough to snap that final point.
Right, I'll have to go quickly.
Okay. A crazy race in Baku. Lim Whiz driver of the day, understandably so, I believe. I think he's definitely my driver of the day. His first podium in VRP, that is an incredible result for him. And for Lewis as well. With Rapid having his issues, that's golden points for Ferrari. Wow. I think it'll be another busy one in the stewards room tonight. 3 different teams on the podium once again. So, your top 10 for the race. Lewis picking up crucial points in the championship battle, winning the race. Lightning Luke in his first start of the season, P2. Lim Whiz as a reserve appearance, getting the podium, starting P15. A brilliant race for him. Blaze Tim, P4. Hero, P16 to P5, a brilliant race from him. Disputed Cloud, a very good weekend, another contender for driver of the day, picking up that extra point for fastest lap as well, that's very good. Dammers, I think, didn't really get the strategy right at the end, has a time P8, Disco Mark P9, and Adam Lindbergh, just at the end there, P10. So that will be the end of the stream today. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll be back again next week.